Now, we have had actually our storm chaser, Jason McLaughlin, out giving us some ground truth to what is happening with Laura, just how destructive this storm is. Jason, you've been in Newton, Texas, extreme southeast Texas there, close to the state line, and you have had quite a scare yourself. Tell us kind of what you've seen, what's been happening the past half hour.
Yeah, Annalise, right now we're really at the absolute strongest part of this storm. 10 minutes ago or so, up until this point, we have sustained winds 90 to 100, gusts probably 110 to 120. This whole last 10 minutes, there's an immense amount of damage here, and unfortunately, I did become that damage. I was in a safe spot at the post office, and I wanted to scoot back to my other spot to feel safer before the stronger winds. And sure enough, it looked like it was probably one of those spin-up tornadoes hit, and it just instantly everything around me came crashing down, and my car was crushed. Luckily, it was the back of the vehicle that was crushed, and I'm okay. I was able, at that point, just accelerate forward and backwards and try to move some trees out, and went through some fields to safety, because when the wind's blowing that bad, just to continue to stay out there wasn't the thing to do. I am in a safe spot, at least safe for the time being, but the winds just continue to ravage this little town of Newton out east of Jasper, and there's an immense amount of damage. When daylight comes, it's going to be horrific.
Oh my goodness, Jason, yeah, the video of the limbs and just all the quick destruction happening in front of you, but you say you're okay, right?
They were about 100-foot trees that had fell on the back. The limbs on the front were just break off. The trunk itself was probably a good 4 foot around, and those trees were 50 to 100 foot tall in that area that just all came toppling down. And this shows you fast. You know, we've talked about those spin-up tornadoes around the eye wall, and Jeff and I have talked about them, and, you know, just making that one move from one place to another, even though it was only really two blocks from each other, you know, ultimately led to this damage. But unfortunately, again, for the town, the damage is massive right now.
Yeah, well, Jason, I'm just so glad that you're safe. To be in that situation is terrifying, I'm sure. We're going to let you get off and take care of, I know your vehicle had some damage, but we are so glad you're safe. Please be careful, and we will keep watching radar for you, as really still Newton is close to that eye wall, and we are still seeing those winds whip there from Newton. As you've heard Jason say, winds over 100 miles per hour.